were way too friendly for someone who is supposedly just an X screenshots of my credit report that shed run without my knowledge research on divorce laws in our state regarding assets and property. They were playing me had been from the start the plan was apparently to use my steady income and decent credit to secure a mortgage on a nice house established residency. Then divorce me for Jacob once the prenup timeline expired in our state, the person who stays in the house during separation. Usually gets to keep it in the divorce, especially if the other person can't afford to buy them out. I wanted to wake her up right then and confront her, but something stopped me. Maybe it was shock, maybe it was the sudden realization that I'd been living with a stranger for 3 years, whatever it was I decided in that. Went to play the long game, see what moment to play the long game, see what Eden and Naomi didn't know was that I wasn't as financially stupid as they thought. Yes, I'd spent my visible savings on our wedding. But that land fund I mentioned it was actually way more than a fund. I'd already bought 5 acres outside the city limits 3 years before I even met Eden, paid in full deed in my name. Only I'd been saving to build on it eventually, but never mentioned it to her, because well, I guess some part me always knew she was as invested in our future. As I was the next morning, I acted completely normal, kissed Eden goodbye as she left for work, then called in sick to my job. For the first time in 2 years, I spent the day making phone calls, first to a lawyer to understand my options, then to my buddy, who runs a construction crew, and finally to my bank, to secure my accounts for the next few weeks. I played the perfect oblivious husband. I agreed enthusiastically when Eden suggested we start house hunting. I nodded along. When she showed me listings way above our price range, I pretended to believe her. When she said her mom would help financially, meanwhile, I was setting a plan in motion that would give Eden and Naomi exactly what they deserved, the surprise of their lives. But that's a story for the next post, because this is already getting way too long, and my buddy calling me to help him move a couch. He bought off Facebook Marketplace. Classic, get it? Holy, this blew up overnight. Thanks for all the words and comments. I will post part 2 tomorrow after work at 2. For everyone asking in the comments, yes, this is all real. No, I am not making it up for karma, trust me. I wish this was fictional update. So I'm back with part 2, like I promised. Thanks for all the upvotes and awards on the first part. My buddy Cannon keeps checking my phone and laughing at all your comments. Dude needs to get his own Reddit account, FR, after that wedding reception disaster. I was in a weird mental. They know that feeling when you're staring at your ceiling fan at AM, watching it spin, and wondering how your life turned into such a mess. That was me pretty much every night after hearing Eden laugh at her mom's speech. I kept going through the motions, though woke up, made coffee, went to work, came home, watched whatever Eden wanted. Netflix, went to bed, rinse and repeat on Netflix, went to bed, rinse and repeat. But inside my head, total chaos. Every time Eden texted someone and smiled at her phone, my stomach would twist every time she mentioned her mom calling. Id suddenly need to take a shower, check something in the garage. One morning about 2 weeks after that phone call, I overheard the one where Eden was talking to her mom about Jacob and the mortgage. Eden left her laptop open when she went to take a shower. I'm not usually the snooping type, but her Gmail is right there, and a new email from her mom had just popped up. The subject line, next steps. I shouldn't have looked, but also I absolutely should have looked. The email was basically a timeline, 3 months of playing house with her mom's words, not mine. Then start looking for houses in the right neighborhoods, translation places we couldn't afford, get pre-approved for a mortgage using my income and credit, since Eden was trash from maxing out credit cards. Her had helped her hide from me, buy house, establish residency file for divorce, keep house, because I wouldn't be able to for the pants alone there.